Hello everybody and welcome to episode 3 of Reacting in RuneScape, and today, I know I'm a little late to the party, but today we're going to be reacting to, the price hike that Nintendo decided to announce with their games. And I said this before, I made a video a while back when they upped the cost of games from the $59.99 to the $69.99, and I stated then that, mark my words, if you guys let them get away with this and continue to buy stuff from these companies at the inflated price, they're going to continue to inflate the price. And here we go with Nintendo inflating the price. And as you can see on my monitor over here, I have the Nintendo website pulled up. Let's scroll down to the pricings of their new console, the Switch 2, and the games. Well, here we go. Here's the Switch 2 is estimated to cost $450. Let's compare that to the Switch, or not the Switch. Let's compare that to the Steam Deck. Let's see how much the Steam Deck costs. Oh, look, 256 gigabyte Steam Deck at Walmart for $438, normally $600. Well, let me check on Steam real quick so I can look this up too just by going to Steam. Steam Deck. Oh, look, the Steam Deck on Steam itself is $400. Now, here's the thing. The Steam Deck will let you play your Steam library on it, whereas the Switch 2 only gonna let you play the Switch games and whatever games they get on the digital store. Now see, my problem with Nintendo not only hiking up the prices, they're making it where the physical copies are just a key, meaning that you still have to connect to the internet to download the game, and then you have to insert the game in order to play the game still. So not only do you still have to download it anyway, you would then need the physical copy. Now what happens when Nintendo decides, hey, we don't want to support the online services anymore because we're moving on to the next? Well, it'll be much like the people who bought games for the 3DS digitally. Those games you can't get no more. And same thing with the Wii and the Wii U. And I guarantee you the Switch, the original Switch, is going to go through the same process once the Switch 2 is about halfway through its lifespan. And then all these digital games that you spent money on, you will no longer have access to. And that is a very bad precedent in my personal opinion, because that means the games that you are buying now, unless you put them on a hard copy and on a memory card or something to where you have them downloaded and they're not corrupted, unless you do that, if the service gets shut down, you're out hundreds of dollars that you spent on these games. And the corporation, they don't care. They don't care that you're out hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on how many games you've bought. Yet they're trying to justify selling Mario Kart for $80. Like, come on now. Let's be real here. Nobody's gonna buy that for $90 physical, $80 for your digital. With the digitals, again, they're temporary. So basically you're saying you want to give Nintendo $80 for a game that you may or may not have access to in 5 to 10 years. Does that seem worth it to you? Because it doesn't to me. And with them pushing the price gap, I guarantee you that more companies are going to jump on the bandwagon, and you're going to start seeing $79.99 be the default price tag. If you let Nintendo get away with this and you buy these products for the inflated price, you're the people to blame for AAA games jumping up in price. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, these games, no offense to Nintendo, but these games are not worth $80. When you've got stuff like Pal World and all these other games for half the price and being just better games in general, you're setting a bad example as a big company, showing your hand and showing that, you're just being greedy. You don't need this extra money. The money isn't going to your developers. The money isn't going to your workers. It's going to pay for more advertising and in your pocket. It's going in the higher ups' pockets because they're not seeing pay raises. They're not. And people are still speculating that this isn't even going to be the final prices, that these prices right here may go up because of Trump's tariffs. Do I know? No, because I'm not into politics that much, I don't know how, tariffs and shit work in the long run. I'm just as in the dark as most of y'all. But that being said, if this still isn't the final price and this shit can go up, then I'm sorry. I personally am not going to buy any more Nintendo garbage. Pokemon is not worth it when I could play Power World or any of the 50 million other Pokemon-like games that you can find online nowadays. It's not worth the money. It's not worth your time. There's tons of others that, would kill to have the chance to just play them. The developers would literally kill just so that you could play them one time so that they, their work is appreciated. And then you got Nintendo over here like, nah, $80 or you ain't in the cool kids club. I'm sorry, Nintendo, but I honestly believe this is going to backfire on you. And from what I've been seeing, the backlash has been hitting you pretty hard, especially when, you had a live stream, I think yesterday. You had a live stream where the entirety of the chat was spamming lower the price. You played a gamble and you lost. Your best course of action right now is to backtrack on it, lower the price, and, be more consumer friendly, because the less consumer friendly you are, the less consumers are going to want to buy your product. Because I'm sorry, Nintendo, but your products have been subpar. The games have not been lived up to the hype. They're full of bugs and glitches and game-breaking stuff that it's not worth that price tag. Pokemon wasn't worth it. Mario wasn't worth it. And I'm sorry, but you guys either need to step up the quality of your games by tenfold, or you need to lower the price. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. That seems to be the general consensus online. But I'm warning you guys again, just like I warned you before when game companies upped the price to $69.99 to begin with. I warned you that they were going to start upping the price again. And not even 3-4 years later, here we are talking about the same thing, because they are upping the prices again to $79.99. And with Grand Theft Auto rumored to cost $100 just for the base game, it's not looking good for gamers everywhere. So what I encourage you guys to do is boycott this, protest it in their chats, keep spamming, doing what you're doing, because this is ridiculous. But I just wanted to go ahead and speak my mind on this. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to hear more, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.